In today's video, I'm going to be doing my August closeout, going over all my expenses and income for the month of August. So to be completely honest, August was a pretty rough month, not only for our budget, because we definitely blew our budget. For reference, I did have a baby back in the end of May, and I've been on maternity leave. I'm also a teacher, so technically I was off for the summer, and I started back on day one of teacher professional development. So technically I didn't take any time off work, which is great, but I also didn't get to enjoy my summer like I usually get to enjoy my summer. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love spending time with my kids, but I was mainly just recovering most of the summer and not necessarily enjoying it. And by the time I started to feel a little bit better and recovered, then it was back to work. And with back to work also means the kids go back to school. And with a 2-year-old and a newborn, they are both going to daycare. And so that comes new expenses and new routines and just new everything. And so we're really just trying to find our groove this month. But there were just some changes that we weren't quite prepared for. But I'm really glad that I do these budget with me's and these budget closeouts because it really helps me prepare for the next month and going forward. And I'm actually really excited for my September budgets and just the month of September in general. I feel like I'm starting to get into a routine and I'm starting to figure things out and try to make time for myself at the same time, but also spending quality time with my family. I am getting there. I know I am. But I've put some systems in place to make me more productive and help my family and I really enjoy this time together. Let's go ahead and jump into this budget closeout. I use this Google Sheet to input my budget, all my expenses, and my weekly check-ins. I do it all here in this one spreadsheet. I've been using this spreadsheet on and off for almost 2 years now. I've been working on it for almost 2 years, I believe, tweaking it, updating it. And throughout the last year and a half, I've gotten several comments of, when is this spreadsheet going to be available? Where do I get my spreadsheet? So I've decided to go ahead and make my spreadsheet available for others. I've done some changes and some tweaks to it for the month of September that you'll see in my budget with me. And the thing that's specifically different about this spreadsheet is that it has the weekly check-ins. And this is especially beneficial for my monthly budgeters, those who budget on a monthly basis but need more accountability throughout the week, which is myself. The weekly check-ins are really great for that. So I'll let you know when that becomes available. Needless to say, I'm really excited about sharing this with others. So let's just go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to start on the top left with my income. So this is my husband and I's W-2 income. Some things are not included in this income. For example, like what my husband allocates for himself each month. He allocates money for certain bills like car insurance, life insurance, the kids' braces, club volleyball is in there, and then his personal spending money. I just don't even track it. I act like it's not even income. I keep it separate. That way it is very easy to do these budgets. It's easier for him to have money set aside for personal spending. And that way I can track our main bills, our groceries, all the main stuff comes out of this budget here. So with that being said, I budgeted for $5,940 for our income this month. And we actually received $6,240.51. And that is a difference of $300. And then this month I got a check from Rakuten. I just used this website to buy a few items whenever they're running a promotion. Sometimes I use it for the Kroger app and the Target app, and some other app does it too. Oh, Instacart. I've been using it a lot for Instacart. And so that was $8.19. And that is all for income this month. Usually, I used to have a lot of side income. Since I've been on maternity leave, I really haven't had time to do extra stuff. Although I do have a lot of money sitting in apps that I have not pulled out yet. I'm just saving them for something. I'm not really sure what I'm saving them for, but I do need to pull out some of that money out of apps. It's just this one sent me the check automatically. If not, it probably would be sitting on the website because that's just where I'm at these days. So with that being said, our total income budgeted was $5,940 again, and we actually received $6,248.70. So that's a difference of around $308.70 more than we expected, which is really good. Moving down to our expenses, starting with the fixed expenses. These are the expenses like our bills that don't really change from month to month and we're going to have to pay regardless. The first is our mortgage. I budgeted $2,600 and that's what it was, $2,600. So no change there. Water was 75. I've been getting this toward the end of the month prior, so I kind of know about how much it's going to be. I know for the month of September, it's going to be a lot higher, about $40 higher. And that's because we've been watering our foundation more. But for this last month, it was 75.37. So that was over budget by 37 cents. So no biggie. My van payment, I budgeted 465. It was 462.81. My Apple storage is the standard $9.99. Internet is the standard $65.55. Our electric bill is super high right now because of the weather. But fortunately, for the month of September or for the month of August, it didn't go up too much for the next month that we have to pay. So that's $273.81. I did know what this bill was going to be when I created my August budget, and I'll know what the bill is going to be whenever I create my September budget too. So hoping for cooler weather in the next couple months because I don't know if our AC can handle any more 100-degree days. Next is cell phone. Budgeted 98. It was actually 96.51. 43B, budgeted 94, and it was 93.79. My life insurance, I round up when I budget, but it was actually 29.43. And this is for term life insurance on myself. My husband does have term life insurance that comes out of his account. And then our trash bill was $27, and that's standard $27. Ritual, I actually paused it for the month of August, and so I will be billed for this in the month of September. And this is just a multivitamin that I use. Is actually a prenatal vitamin that I've been using for many years now, and I am probably going to continue to use it for a little while longer. So as you can see here, we did really good on our fixed expenses, and we had maybe a couple bucks left over. So next is my variable expenses. These are the expenses that do change from week to week, month to month, depending on what we have going on. And these are the ones I also do my weekly check-ins for because these are the ones we tend to go over. So my first one is food. I budgeted $950 this month, and we actually spent $1,145.36. So we went over budget by almost $200. And this was for a couple different reasons. One, we placed a very large Costco order at the beginning of the month. We did not go to Costco for the month of July, and we usually go once a month. So I felt like we overspent in the Costco order just because we hadn't gone in so long. So we were stocking up on some things. Two, because we got a lot of snacks for back to school. And then three, we actually started HelloFresh, and we're just kind of getting used to some of the expenses with that. I actually don't think we went over because of HelloFresh. We went over mainly because of the Costco order, but I looked at the budget for September, and I'm very hopeful that we'll stay under $1,000 for the month of September, but we'll see. Next is my gas and car category. I budgeted $150. I spent $142.12. So it's under budget here, but technically I went over this in my last video. My husband filled up my tank at the end of the month. So technically I would have gone over in this category. So I upped the budget for September. Now that I'm going back to work, I'm seeing how much I'm spending in gas again. I definitely can tell gas has gone up since May, whenever I was at work back in May. So hopefully the gas prices drop now that summer's ending, but we'll see. Next is household. I budgeted 60, but I actually didn't spend anything in the month of August and for household, so that's really great there. Next is miscellaneous. I budgeted 100. I spent $46.52. Even though we are over in a lot of categories this month, as you'll see here in a second, I'm very proud that we stayed under budget for miscellaneous because this is the one that sometimes can get out of hand because unexpected expenses come up all the time. So I'm really proud that we were under budget here by $53.48. For pups, I budgeted $75. We spent $64.91, and that is our monthly subscription to Chewy's to purchase their dog food for the month. So we were under budget there by $10.09. Next is kids. I budgeted $150 for this category. As you can see, I went over. We spent $218.09, and this is mostly on diapers. I like to stock up on diapers at Target when we go, and plus I needed extra on hand because I had to send more to daycare since they went back to daycare this month. So that's why this is a little higher. We went over budget by $68.09. For beauty, I budgeted $60. I spent $80, so over budget by $20. And this is honestly just on one product, and I only buy this product maybe twice a year, and I was running low, so I went ahead and got it again. So Hopefully we should be under budget next month. Medical, I budgeted 60, I spent 77.58, so it's over budget by $17.58. Fun, we budgeted 40, but we didn't spend anything this month on fun. We honestly just didn't have time, so under budget there. Gifts, I budgeted 25, and this is where I went severely wrong because I didn't realize that we were going to have baby showers back in July when I was creating this monthly budget. At the beginning of August, I started getting all these invites to baby showers. And in fact, pulling up my calendar, I actually received the invites in August, and the baby showers were in August. So just not a lot of time to really budget for it. Anyway, I went over budget there by $186.61, and this was all on baby shower things. So I'm over budget there by $161.61. Next is personal. I added this in the budget for the month of August. I budgeted $100. I spent $101.29. And this is money well spent. I went and got my nails done, and I bought something off Etsy, and then this was also a YouTube membership. So something for myself that I could enjoy. So money well spent, even though I'm over budget by $1.29. So as you can see, lots of negative in my variable expenses this month. So I haven't allocated anything into savings yet because mainly I wanted to see how much I had left over after my fixed and variable expenses. So for my fixed expenses, I budgeted $3,738.36. What came out was $3,734.26. So I'm actually under budget there by $4.10. I'll take it. Variable, I budgeted $1,770, but I actually spent $2,062.86. So I'm over budget there by $292.86. This is something I'm really working on getting better. And that's why I've been doing my weekly check-ins to really get this number under control. As I'm closing out my budget, I can now see how much I have left to allocate. Based off what we brought in for our income is, if I have to scroll up, I should have really put this down at the bottom, which was the $6,248.70. I can see that based off all of our expenses for the month, including our overages and our variable expenses, we spent $5,797.12. So technically, I still have $451.58 remaining to allocate to wherever I want. And I am a zero-based budgeter, so I want this number to be zero. So what I'm going to do here is actually, instead of entering the $451.58, I'm going to put it on my expense sheet. I'm actually doing this the beginning of September, but I'm going to go ahead and put the last day of the month. And I'm going to put my two savings that I spent. It was $451.58, and this is going to go to my savings, which is this one. Okay, so it helps if I put the right number. So that was $451.58 that I was able to allocate to savings. So for savings, I budgeted $430 to go into savings. I was actually able to put $451.58. That then created a zero-based budget. So all of our money in equals all of our money out. And I was still able to put $451 to savings. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Even though we were over in our variable expenses, we were able to bring home enough money from our income to put some money toward our savings. So I'm super excited about that. So before I go over my goals that I had for August, I like to look at my pie chart to see how we did this month. So looking at my pie chart, my actual expense didn't really change much from my budgeted. Less went into our fixed and more went into our variable, which makes sense. And we were still able to save 7%. So that's good. It's pretty similar to what we budgeted for. And same thing with the breakdown of all of our categories. The only one that made the biggest difference was our food category, just by 2% more than what we budgeted, which makes sense looking at the numbers. And then next is my goals that I had for the month of August. My first goal was to stay under budget. I did stay under budget in my fixed expenses, but I did not stay under budget in my variable expenses, so I am not going to check this off this month. My next goal was to video my weekly check-ins and do these weekly check-ins, whether I videoed them or not, just to do them. But I do video them to keep myself accountable, and I did do that this month, so I'm really happy about that and my progress. The next one is start a morning routine again. These were some ideas that I had to incorporate my morning routine. One is read, journal, coffee, walk, prep. And by prep, I mean like prep for my day. So while I wasn't able to do all of these, I would do one or the other. And I really have started a good morning routine. So my goal here wasn't to perfect my morning routine. It was just to start a morning routine, which that's very subjective. So I'm definitely going to say I definitely started a morning routine again, especially going back to work and getting the kids back at daycare. So we're doing good as far as that goes and have a system in place for that. And then I'm going to go ahead and check this off because that kind of goes with this one right here. And the last thing was budget and start a savings challenge. I have not actually started a savings challenge, but I did buy a savings challenge. So that should count for something. And I'm just getting things ready so I can start my savings challenges and use the money that I save each month to start saving for more long-term stuff, short-term stuff. So whenever things do come up the month of, like, for example, all the baby showers I had to go to, I have some money set aside to pull from so I don't have to pull from other budget categories. So I'm not going to mark that one just yet, but I'm going to move this forward to September. So there it is. There's our August budget. Even though we went over in a lot of our variable categories, I'm really happy how much we were able to set aside for savings. I'm honestly just excited anytime we can save any money each month after we pay all of our bills and all of our necessities. And even though the baby showers were last minute, I'm glad that we had the money to be able to purchase gifts for the babies and the moms to be. My next video will probably be my September budget because I still have not posted that. Although I have created it, I've not posted it because I want to share my new budget spreadsheet with you guys. And I want to make sure that the video quality is a lot better than the video quality that I posted on these because I'm using my old computer because I've had technical difficulties with my old computer or with my newer computer. So hopefully I can get that going and get that up for you guys to share. Let me know in the comments below how your August budget went. I hope you guys have a great month and I will see you in my next video. Bye.